Richard Money works with several artists, singers, rappers, musicians. He records his own work too. Money says patience is the most important aspect when it comes to music production.
Patience goes a long way because you might have a song and it's one way, but there's just something that's off about it and you don't even know what it is. Just put it to the side, wait a month, and then whenever you go back to it, it'll become clear.
Money runs a studio he calls Rose Gold Records. He likes to hang out with artists and help them along in the recording process.
As an engineer with a lot of experience working with people and working with other people that have more knowledge and experience than I do, it kind of helps to have someone in the room who you can trust that's just making a decision that's for the betterment of the song.
Money says some need help getting past writer's block, and he gives them fresh ideas.
And I just kind of throw things at you, and then bam, we can make something out of it that we're both really happy with, and something that might not have been what you wrote, but whenever it's recorded, that's like, oh, that's kind of what I wanted to write. I just didn't write that.
Money says it isn't easy doing so many things at once, but he has learned how to manage what best fits his schedule.
Just keeping track of everything in my head. So wake up, have 100 missed messages from people that need things done online. So you gotta hit the studio and start, making sure that you're keeping track of what to do.
Money's studio is open at different times through the week, but usually the hours are 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 1 hour at the studio costs $50, but the prices increase if extended hours are necessary. For Bobcat Update, I'm Brajon Ayala. Texas State students gather near the LBJ Student Center and Alcock Library to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Hispanic students are proud of their culture.
I think about the history most of all, how we fought to be where we are.
Experiences vary depending on where a person's from and the influences on his or her life.
They took me in as a family member, as one of their own. That's what I love about it.
Grupo Folklorico Ocotichtle was celebrating its 30th year anniversary. The group performed the traditional dance, which allowed students to interact and celebrate. The event ended with the showing of the film Selena. For Bobcat Update, I'm Brajon Ayala. Music production is driven through different motives or inspirations. It is the way individuals capture true emotion in a song and distribute it for others to enjoy. I decided to interview two different sides of music production between known record producer Rich Money and jazz major Jamal Edwards. I took the time out to interview Rich first. I asked him a few questions regarding the process behind production.
Working with these rock bands and probably like the 80s and 90s, a producer, or really the executive producer, is the guy who's putting everything together. So he's the one bringing in your session instrumentalists, booking the studio time, all this. But nowadays, a producer really kind of means an instrumentalist. So since so much of the background music that isn't a vocal is done in the box, so to say now, a producer is really more seen as the guy who's making the beat.
Later on, the question that came to mind was, how has it changed today from how it was in the past?
Yeah, if you ask what a music production is to some people, they're just gonna think that it's in the box or making music on Logic, which is part of it. But really, technically, it's the guy who's running the sessions and kind of keeping everything cohesive, right? So if a take doesn't come out right, the executive producer is gonna tell him to go run that back. But today, executive producer is just gonna be the one behind the instrumental. So yeah, it's really changed a lot. And I think a lot of that's just how music's gone digital. I mean, people have been making music in the studio for 30, 40, years with the same technology. And so now that they have this new tech that's just made it possible to take your whole set on the go, you can make a whole album recorded on a tour bus. That's really changed the game. So that's what it is to me now.
Later, I met up with co-worker Jamal to hear his input on the topic.
To me, music production is a process of taking your ideas or anything you're hearing in your head, then documenting that, whether it's for recording or writing, and then eventually producing that into a track that someone can listen to.
I asked him to play a few instruments in the beginning before he recorded on his studio set. As you can see, he can do it all. We ended the interview with him playing an interlude with his saxophone. More like a freestyle.